This is my I don't feel like or I'm scared to go to the kitchen cabinet. So, the other day I had to call this lady who's like the landlord of this apartment I'm looking at, and I was super nervous. You know those kind of calls that I'm talking about, like business type ones where you have to use a different voice? Like you have to talk like really professional but like casual at the same time, and like the person that you're talking to is like mastering that so well that it's making you want to like cry. If you're an anxious type person, you might know these calls as the worst moments of your life. If someone calls me and like I know it's gonna be a call like that, I will put off calling them back for like 2 years. There's some people out there that I genuinely really like people that I would fucking kiss, but if I had to call them to be like, hey, I'm outside of your apartment, let me in, I wouldn't fucking do it. I would just leave. I don't throw my recycling away because I'm afraid to, because I think that my neighbors will see me. Have I ever talked to you guys about going to the movies alone? I fucking love it. It's relaxing, it's amazing, because it's like going to the movies with someone else, but instead of that looming fear that the person you're with won't like the movie and they'll be mad at you for choosing it, it's replaced with the fear that somebody will see you at the movie theaters by yourself and laugh at you. And I'm all about the risks, baby. When is it appropriate to try and date people? I don't know how that works. How do people meet the people that they date? Why do I need it? Why should I have this in my life? It's like a person that you can't break up with. You know, I wish I had that problem, by the way. No one will date me. I was single on Valentine's Day this year, and I feel like right now I'm like angry single. Like angry single, that's when like kissing pictures aren't just annoying to me, but like I take them personally. I have like a hard time like seeing myself as like a romantic option for people. I just crush on the unobtainable, and when it works, I push them away. Personally, I don't like it when people are attracted to me. Oh, it makes me uncomfortable. I regret many other things in many other areas of my life, such as ending loving relationships out of fear. Oh, I thought I wanted children for a really long time, but now I'm not really sure because I think I'm too sad and needy. I told you about steamroll, where my friends and I would roll over each other in our sleeping bags. I realized that I was so hungry to the point where I was like getting angry at objects. Like I was mad at the crosswalk for not changing fast enough, and wind was making me mad. Also, while I was trying to make this video, my alarm clock just went off for some fucking reason. I have it on camera like I was filming, and I got really mad at it. I just want to show you guys that clip right now so you guys can see how angry I get at things that aren't even people. Hey babe, I'm just sitting on my bed. Shut the fuck up. It went under my bed and I don't feel like getting it. I love thrift stores. They're my favorite thing in the entire world. My least favorite thing in the entire world are the snobby fucks who think they're better than thrift stores and say things like, why would I want something that's old and been worn by somebody else? I've been walking around and just thinking a lot about how much headphones mean to me. And if you took that away from me, if you took headphones away, like if I wasn't allowed to drown everything out and just live in that world whenever I wanted to, I guess I would be one of those people in the 80s that just had the boombox. And honestly, can you imagine exercising without music? What did people in the olden times do? Think about their day? I hate PE. Give me some advice. By the way, I love the back to school theme, but also I have no advice because I agree forever. I honestly still think about kickball sometimes. That's some of my worst memories of all time. Kickball is hurtful. Kickball is abusive. You have to give a performance to everyone. Even if you're super shy, you have to kick a ball. And if it's a weak kick, everyone laughs. Ha! Skinny dipping is something else. I was always super jealous of the people who did it because I wanted to be that comfortable with myself and I wanted to participate in that, but nobody wanted to get naked with me, but I also didn't really want to get naked with people, but the making out scares me because I don't know if I'm good at it. People don't tell you. Makeout ability is like penis size. Unless you're dating one of those super rude, like, I'm just me, I'm just blunt, that's just who I am, people, you don't get to know the truth. Famous people like just seem older, or their ages are like more important. Like Justin Bieber, I looked it up, he's 21. That's like the same age as me, like 1 year off. We're like not the same age though, you know? Like if someone's at a party and they're like, Drew, Justin, you're like the same age, right? 21? I'd be like, well, I mean, he's like, I'm like 21 and he's like 21. And it sounded like a cool party, like kind of a scary party, like one of those parties where like people have sex in the bathroom. Is that scary, by the way? Like that sounds super scary to me, but I feel like an actual cool person is gonna watch this video and laugh at me and be like, really? Bathroom sex? You mean my fucking 6th grade graduation? A scary party is when you get fucking stabbed in the heart, and it's fucking amazing. What was your first impression of me? Honestly, because I have no idea. Some people say that I'm weird. Sometimes I try too hard to be funny. You were really shy. Shy. Okay. I just got here. I don't know who to talk to. I'm terrified. I probably love myself way more than I'm willing to admit. It's just sometimes it's like, no, 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 why do I look like that? But other times it's like, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better, I'm better. But sometimes it's like, why do I say words? But other times it's like, I'm Shakespeare, motherfucker, you know? Well, thank you. That was very uncomfortable. And that's my whole life. I think it's just finding the balance between I don't care what you think about me and are you going to talk about me when I walk away? I feel like that's everyone's like biggest fear, that like every time you walk away from a group of people, they're all gonna like stand in silence and then like one of them is gonna go, can we talk about what just happened? Like, what the fuck was that? And you convince yourself that that's like ridiculous and you're like, okay, that's never gonna happen, but then you're like actually with a group of people and someone else walks away and someone actually says that and you're like, oh, life is as evil as I thought it was. I'm afraid of anyone pointing out anything about me ever. Like, I didn't wear skinny jeans all throughout high school solely because I was terrified of somebody looking at me and being like, look who joined the skinny jeans club. I just couldn't fucking handle the thought of that. It was my worst nightmare, and trust me, I wanted those fucking pants. I don't dress badly, I just dress like nothing. Like, I dress in a way that I hope nobody even thinks about. Like, sometimes there's like a weird bird or a fish on my shirt or something, but otherwise, like, I just hope that people look at me and go, oh, well, we can't judge him because, like, he's not even trying. I fucking fix myself, you know, and like I contour with my hand.
What?
I'm just like, I would like this and not this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I go in and I go, one day I'll look
in the mirror and go like this?
I cut off the parts I don't want, like Photoshop. Like, I Facetune IRL. This is my big secret and it's very embarrassing. I've been playing this game recently called I haven't spent more than $7 on a t-shirt for the past 10 years. And that's just kind of my entire wardrobe and my entire life. It's just like finding clothes at thrift stores and outlet stores that like look like they're expensive to try and fuck with everybody. It's like a game and it feels so fucking good when you win. Like, when you refuse to pay more than $10 for a pair of pants, if somebody's ever like, wow, those are really nice jeans, you get to be like, it would appear that way, wouldn't it? Little did you know, I purchased these trousers in a trash can. So, nice to meet you. Super real moment right now. I don't have anything funny to say right now. I got my glasses and I feel very self-conscious about them. I feel like I look stupid in them. I feel like I look stupid in general. Do you ever feel so self-conscious that everything around you and every movement and every car and every person feels like a personal attack on yourself? And I'm just waiting for a car to drive by me and honk their horn and go, hey, you don't look like everybody else. You look a little different and it makes everyone uncomfortable. Go under the covers. Does anybody out there with brain problems know what I mean when I say that when I'm feeling bad about myself and there's a truck outside that's like very loud and very grumbly? That truck right there, it makes me feel like somebody is taking their big dick, waking me up from a nap and slapping it on my face, and the dick is fucking gray. Do you know what I mean? Like a gray concrete dick. Oh, also, I had a weird moment at the glasses place. They gave me like an eye exam, like they had an actual doctor there. Do you ever have a moment with a doctor where like they ask you a question, but the question requires you to admit that your life is sad, and like you don't feel comfortable doing that in a place that like smells kind of like hand sanitizer? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so when I was at the eye doctor today and they were giving me like my eye exam and stuff, the guy was looking at my prescription and he goes, hey, do you spend a lot of time on the computer? And I go, you know what, not really as much as I used to. Like, I used to do it all night, but like, yeah, I like watch TV on it or whatever. And then he goes, and that does include your phone. And I was like, I see. And he literally asked me, he goes, so how many hours a day would you say that you're on your computer or your phone? And I was just like, you can't do this to me. Like, all of them, I guess. All of the hours I'm awake, except for like maybe 15 minutes when I'm like looking at my food. It was a very uncomfortable thing. I was just like, I can't answer that. Like, you'll send me to the hospital. It's not a good answer. Growing up feels a little bit different than I thought it would. Like, I thought it would be more like, wow, I'm 21, look how far I've come. But it feels more like, oh shit, I'm 21 fucking years old. I better accomplish something. It is weird to think that we could die any day though. Like, I feel like that's one of those things I hear, but I don't really fully believe. Like, people are like, any moment could be your last. You could die any second. I'm like, well, I'm fucking watching videos of otters on YouTube in my bed. Like, what's gonna kill me? My dirty sheets? I'm okay. I've just been feeling recently like every single thing I do in life is just distracting myself from the fact that I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, eat, Twitter, TV, Twitter, eat, sleepy nap time, wake up, when's the world gonna end? Ah, never mind, let's watch a movie. But when Trump became president, I kind of just became confused with the world and my place in it, and I cry sometimes when adults seem like they don't like me. Just being someone who's like so inclined to a feeling of like loneliness and resenting that loneliness, but also needing it and needing to be alone in my room and wanting that at the same time. I never think that anyone actually wants to talk to me. It's impossible for me to believe that. Like, someone could literally be like, Drew, I'm struggling right now, I'm trying to make rent, I can barely do it, but I sacrificed all of that, I quit my job, I left my family, I want to be home because I want to have more conversations with you. And I'd still be like, do you think I'm boring though? Wait, what? Okay, is it a thing where like you're thinking about something else and I think you're laughing at my joke?
Look, I'm crying.
Anyway, I was walking around. Tell me if this makes any fucking sense at all, and if it doesn't, let me know. I feel like I've seen this before. It was a girl, like a teenage girl, sitting at a bus stop. She had her phone in her hand, she had headphones in, and she was talking really loudly. My first impression was like, oh, is she like listening to rap music and like singing along to it? I don't know what's going on. Turns out, no. She was having like a full-on conversation in public, but like a loud one. You know what I mean? It was like, no, that's what I told him, and that's what I told him. It was like one of those, like really committing to it. And in my head, for 1 second, I was like, wow. Like, what she's doing right now, just talking, not giving a fuck. I've never felt that confident about anything I've ever done. And it was just a fucking teenage girl on the phone. And I was like, you fucking do you. I don't think I've ever done anything ever without being like,